Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Return to Zork. When we last left off, we had investigated Snoot's home, so now what we're going to do is going to investigate her silo. This is a silo, not a silo latch. We can use the crank on this, so if we pick up the crank, and we turn it clockwise, cranking for... carrots! So many carrots. That's right, we just blew up her silo. Look at that. Absolute devastation. So, we now have carrots, and we have an infinite supply of carrots as they're all just laying there on the floor. Let's look at the meat, actually. It's a frozen slab of steak. That will gradually thaw. That's now thawing. A slab of steak. Cool. Well, let us now see what else we can do, eh? So, we've done everything we can really do of Rebecca Snoot for the moment. So let's save in a new slot. Farming, ho. Okay. So, let us go into Pugney's place, shall we? So, something I can demonstrate now, actually, let's do that, is the law and order in this game. So if you murder someone, or if you steal things, this happens.
You lying thief! I hope the Guardian will be getting you for that!
The path to victory is now blocked.
We seem to be working at cross purposes. I must relieve you of your belongings until you learn.
So that entity is the Guardian. And what does he do to you, I hear you ask? He takes everything you have that can actually be dropped completely. So, yeah. Don't steal things. This box of brass, we'll have to come back for that later. Let's talk to this Pugney chap, shall we?
Go away! I haven't got anything for you! I've only got one milk cow, and she only eats carrots! So just go away! I dinna have anything here that can do you any good, and I don't open my door for no one no more. Oh, hi! I do make a pretty good haggis.
Let's, This guy is so crazy. Let's
Go
talk.
away.
Let's be
I haven't
apologetic
got
to him.
anything for you. I've only got one milk cow, and she only eats carrots. So just go away. Ah, it's all right. Just take what you need and go away. And you can take that ludicrous box out there too. I didn't order it, and I didn't want it. The missus didn't order it, and she doesn't want it. And the cow don't need it either. So just go.
Fair enough. Let's quickly take a photo of him. Just because we can. And now we'll leave. So now we have permission to take the bra box. So we'll put that in inventory. This bra box is a box of brasseries. Unfortunately, the sound got a little bit distorted there. Sorry about that. There's not really much I can do about it. I've been editing the sound best I can, but yeah. So this is a room with a cow in it. The cow is important for many reasons. The meat you have is rotting. That gives me a point, so... there we go. Rotting meat. A smelly slab of rotting meat. Excellent. So, I did just save, right? Let's just double check. Yep. I got distracted by rotting meat. So the first thing we can do here is we can light a match, and then we'll set this hay on fire. That much hay makes too much fire. That it does. So what we need to do is we need to pick up some hay and place it on the ground. A clump of hay was dropped nearby, because what happens, because if we grab this thermos, right, and like try to milk the cow, your heart may be warm, but the cow gave you the cold boot. In fact, that's the case. So we could, for example, pick up some carrots and feed them to you. Maybe later. She doesn't need them. Okay. So we have to pick up the hay and put the hay down. And now what we have to do is we have to light the match and ignite the hay. A clump of burning hay. So now we can warm our hands on the hay. Utterly the right way to treat a lady, if you know what I mean. And then we can pick up the thermos and we can now milk the cow. We could probably drink straight from the cow, but yeah, we'll just milk it. Milk in an environmentally correct container. That it is. Milk is quite important in this game. We'll warm our hands again, because we can. And now we'll leave. We do need the milk for many, many things. Let's see what else we can do, eh? So we'll now investigate East Shambar, which contains many, many different things. So here is the general store. Here is an incinerator. There is the Inn of Enough. And here is the blacksmith, I believe. No, this is the blacksmith, that's the Inn of Enough, and that's Moodock's armory. Okay. Yeah, you could see East Shambar from two directions, so you just have to sort of get your bearings. So, now that we've done some farming, let's do some incineration, shall we? Proper operating procedures should be followed. That they should. The incinerator is a dangerous beast, so lever 1. If you have both levers on at the same time, you're going to have a bad time. So first thing we're going to do is look at the box. There's diseased mice in here. We're going to remove the mice from the box and throw them into the incinerator. Your local ZSPCA will hear about this. Oh no. No remains of them either. So let's pick up the bra box, shall we? For the most obscure puzzle known to man, you need to throw the bra box into the incinerator. Then open the incinerator. You have a hot wire, which you can't touch. So then you get some water, and you pour this water onto the wire, which cools it so you can then pick it up. So you did it, the only reason you wanted the bra box was for a wire. And why do you want the wire, I hear you ask? Well, there's a good reason for that. This general store is locked. First off, we can see this note. 50% off everything, 75% off everything. If you can get in, you can have it, because they've gone broke. You can't get in. And this key doesn't work. These keys don't work. What works? The wire works. So yes, the only reason you get a bra box is so you can burn them to make a wire to get into this building. That's the fact. Rats, however, we do need. We're going to pick up the rats, and then we're going to save the game. Why am I saving the game again, you ask? Am I going to die again? Of course I am. Look at this. Another rodent disease, hantavirus victim. Yes, we must use the box to contain our rats. Rats are actually needed. The mice are not, but the rats are. And the mice actually had to be disposed of first, because if you keep the mice will kill the rats. And you'll have a bad time, basically. So, yeah. We can have a look at the cereal box. We could shake the cereal box several times. Shake it again. We found the prize! We're going to take this whistle. Excellent. The whistle's very important. So that's actually all the general store stuff done. So if I, for example, this was like out here randomly, and I blew the whistle, a vulture flies past you. That's a bit odd. Why did that happen? We'll find out, eh? So let's find some more ways to die. I mean, Alright, so where is next? So I've got some coins. How many coins do I have again? I think I have 6. I have 6 Zork mints. Okay. Well, the next step will be to go and visit Moodock. Moodock's armory. I've not been practicing this, so I may mess it up, but we'll see what happens. Let's say hello to Moodock, shall we? Might as well save. I don't believe it's possible to die in here.
Something I can do for you? I'll look around, let me know. Name's Moodock. Moodock.
Let's talk to him again. I'm fascinating.
You. My buddy Roper, they first brought me down here. I can't figure out how to get back up, though. But anyway, I saw its potential immediately. The place literally glowed. Canuck drew plans to build a theme park. Disney World. Catchy, don't you think?
Hey, Moodock! Why don't you tell him about that time you and Rupert ran into the boar in the Forest of the Spirits? Yeah, honey, tell him about that. He'll tell you too.
Just ignore.
I don't know if I can actually ask him about that because I haven't actually revealed them. So I'll come back. I might as well reveal the areas on the map. So over here is the Whispering Woods. And on the other side, well, if I actually successfully navigate over there.
There you are.
Oh, hello.
I'm Rebecca Snoot. We weren't properly introduced. I know there's something evil happening, and I know its name is Morpheus. It keeps introducing itself in my dreams. I'm working on a book. It's called Zork, The Return of Evil. I'll let you know what I find out.
Rebecca showing up out of nowhere is always a surprise. Well, while you're here, Rebecca, please translate a joke out of this book.
Oh, it's in magic script. Probably from that senile old wizard, Frobot. I can't read that script.
So, showing her the book is important. Why? Because she will now go and figure out how to read ancient Zorkian in the future. But otherwise, we can take a photo of her, which is also important. Nice to meet you, Rebecca. Goodbye. We're going to take these tiles in our inventory too. This is the Forest of the Spirits. Let's leave the Forest of the Spirits. We'll also put this frame into our inventory. After that rude interruption from Rebecca Snoot, let's go back to Moodock, shall we? And now we can ask him about the Forest of the Spirits. He keeps his comments to himself. Oh, that's sad. Oh well. Doesn't have much to say, does he? Well then, the map's not going to work, clearly. Is any inventory item going to be interesting to him? I don't see why. Well, in that case, let's just have his conversation. Let's ask about this board, shall we?
This game. I pull up a chair, I'll teach it to you. It's called Survivor, in honor of Trimble and Canuck, the only two survivors of the Great Diffusion. Well, that happened over 400 years ago. You got 16 squares. I play the wizard, and you can play Canuck. So the wizard has got to move one square straight and one square diagonal in each move. Now you can move diagonal first, and then straight after, it doesn't matter. Now the moment the wizard moves off a square, it caves in, forms a pit. Now Canuck can jump to any unoccupied square and force you to move into a pit, and he's won. Now the object is to have all the squares turn into pits, except the one you'll be sitting on. That takes strategy. Give it a try.
That it does. So, as you can see, Wizard Tremble moves like a knight. Canuck can move to any valid square.
Oh, you're not as bad as you smell.
That's because I'm rotting meat.
Oh, you're not as dumb as you look. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
It's actually pretty easy to box Wizard Tremball in, because
I'd be needing to think about that.
as you could see, he doesn't have any valid squares to move to, does he?
I'd be needing to think about that. 2 out of 3, huh?
I beat Moodock at Survivor. Nice.
You know, nobody really takes the time to learn this game. You done good. I'd like to give you something that may help you on your way. It's a real fighting sword. A little worse for the wire, but Smitty across the way can shine it up for you. Oh, and here's a token. It might come in handy.
Nice. We have a new sword, and we have... well, put that in inventory. And we have a coin that we can put in our inventory. Notice this coin is different from a Zork mid. But anyway, that's all we have time for today. When we come back tomorrow, more Return to Zork. Oh yes.